Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is my Max Payne 3 old school no damage run. This is chapter 3. So a fun fact here, you can actually wait for these people to leave and you don't have to engage them. And right there, Paco completely cock-blocked me. And I know that's not his name, but that's what I call him because I hate him. But there you go, we put the big guy down with a nice bullet to the ear, we land, we look around, we do the reload, we get on with our lives. So the stadium this is a tricky level, more so because most of your shoot dodges are going to be cock-blocked by fall damage more than anything else. There's a couple of checkpoints that can feel a little bit rough, but for the most, this is a pretty smooth level. So I dive forward, I clean up these 4 people in the shoot dodge. I'm afforded a decent amount of time there thanks to the slow motion. Later on, these kind of shoot dodges are going to become a little bit more frequent because there's way more enemies, but at this moment the game starts out pretty modest, and I'm just going to take this time to pop around and pick up some guns as I move forward into this doorway, and there's a guy coming out of this next door here. So, he has a shotgun, he loves to cheap shot you. You can always tell when a gunfight's continuing because you don't see the kill cam. Whenever you see that kill cam, it tells you that you've killed everybody in the vicinity. There's only one area in the game where this is different, and it's a little bit misleading. And that's later on. But right now, if you sprint forward here, you'll have no problem from the sniper. The only problem you'll have here is that Paco takes the cover, and it's really annoying. So, there's 2 guys on the balcony, there's additional guys that come on the balcony, and then there's a couple of guys just down the way that are going to attack you. And this level has a really weird dynamic spawn. Depending on how you push this area and where you stand, and if you get unlucky, there will be a guy on the balcony to your right behind you, and he'll shoot you in cover where I'm stood just then, and there's nothing you can really do about it other than reacting to him, and reacting to an enemy sprinting on a balcony with perfect aim is very difficult to do. It happened to me twice when I was recording this, and I never found a reason for it. There's only one other area I can think of where the spawn is dynamic like that, and it's positionally based, but I don't want to talk about it because I'd only be spouting more bollocks that I don't understand. 2 guys in here, 1 guy there, 1 guy just there. This one trips the cutscene. He has no face. And then we have this one. This is the hardest sequence in this level. There's 2 fights here. This first one's nice and easy if you can clip them all like I just did. That one's pretty smooth and it feels fun. This one right here. This checkpoint is really difficult. And it's difficult because there's 2 guys that are going to come around this corner coming up. There's 3 of them, but 2 come out quickly. The guy just there, that black dude with the shotgun, he might as well be Max Payne's nemesis because the amount of times he's hit me with that gun is off the chart. I have never seen somebody more accurate with a shotgun than that man, and I hate every single part of his being. You'll also notice, guys, that I'm using an Uzi because I had a crash and it reset my weapons. That's the only reason I'm not using double pistols. And right now, I didn't see the hit confirm that I killed that guy on my shoot jump, so I thought he was still alive. I was really confused just then. And then there's just 2 more guys waiting on these stairs, and be very careful with your shoot dodge because sometimes they don't commit, and if you get caught with your pants down, these guys kill you really quickly. But did you see that just then? That was one of those moments where because Max had got to his feet, it allowed me to shoot from almost a hip level, which is pretty cool, right? And then this moment. So the beginning of this, I bitch out a little bit, because this is a long checkpoint and there's a lot of fights and it's really difficult to change shoot dodges here to get a cohesive fight going. But once I get rid of those guys, I can shoot him, and sometimes there's even 1 more guy over there. I get really lucky just then, so I quickly dive to the side. You'll notice I cancel the shoot dodge time, the bullet time, while I'm inside the dodge to make sure that I can get out of dodge quickly. And then I dodge back this way, shoot those 2 men, look over there to see if anybody else is on that area, see this guy creeping, do the shoot dodge. You have to kill him quick because if you hit the wall it neutralizes the time. And then right now I'm just ascertaining whether or not there's anybody left, and then the final guy busts through the door. So as long as no one's shooting at you at this point or anyone's moving forward, you are safe to move onwards. And speaking of which, there's that dude there who just gets a bullet, and there's that guy just there. I do a shoot dodge but I have no juice and I go into the wall anyway, so it was always going to be doomed. You can always tell the longer checkpoints, guys, because my performance will not be as slick as the shorter ones. The shorter ones you can practice, you can retry till you get it really nice. The longer ones, retrying gets really annoying. But right here I want a pistol, so I get rid of the Uzi for the pistol if I can. Ideally, that's what I would be doing. I think that's what I'm doing. And I break the glass there when I bend over. There are times when that happens and you're getting shot by people, so try to be as attentive as you can. And I do not recommend weapons with flashlights on them, guys. All the flashlight does is blind you when you're trying to shoot at people, and it makes it very difficult to find targets sometimes. Here's the final guy. a nice shoot dodge into a bullet to the brain. He's got really weird contorted arms, but he's fine. And then this fight is really, really tricky. But it's not tricky because it's hard, it's tricky because you can't dive anywhere without hurting yourself. My dream for this encounter is to dive down those stairs, slide down those stairs and kill everybody. But every time I tried doing it, it damaged me. So then I had to get really creative with my dodge, and that's what you just witnessed. So if you're wondering why I dove in such a strange location, it's the only way I could dive while shooting people that did not hurt me. And that's the one area of this run that's really frustrating. I could have got some super sick footage of me jumping off of crazy things, but unless you kill everybody, you do not get the no damage. It's really strange. You just take fall damage, and the fall damage is really high. And it doesn't even matter if it was just a whisper of fall damage, it's still damage and it voids these rules. So that's definitely one of the areas where no damage is not that fun. But this is the section where you have to protect your partner with the rifle. I remember this quite vividly on the console version. On the PC version it just feels like cheat codes. As we take that guy down. There is a little bit of projectile to this hit scan in this game, I think, because there are times when you have to lead your bullet ever so slightly, but it's not by a lot. But then when I slow it down, the footage, it seems like it's just hit scan anyway. And there's a couple of moments later on where I put my reticle on people's faces and I fire, and it doesn't even hit them. And I don't know if it's because they're moving and the bullet has a little bit of travel time, I don't know if it's a glitch, I don't know what it is, but there's a couple of suspicious moments where I've slowed them down, and some of them my aimer just magically wobbles off them and they miss, but other times it's still red and I still don't get a hit marker. I don't even get a helmet pop or anything. So it's really interesting, and I don't know why it does that, but this is the final checkpoint of the level. There's these two guys here, and then the guy with the rifle, if you run up these stairs aggressively, he will not shoot you, but if you dally around, you're dead. There's two more guys in this next area, but the problem that I have is I can't dodge to the left because I'll hit a wall and cancel it, and if you dodge forward, you're probably going to get shot, and that's the problem I was having here. So the reason that I'm doing this quite slowly and just peeking around and shooting them is because every time I tried to dive forward, I got hit in the startup of my dodge, and it was really frustrating. But luckily, it's not that much of an impressive sequence anyway. But when you climb up here, there's no checkpoint and there's going to be 3 guys, so take them out immediately. And then when you climb up the next one, there's going to be another 3 guys, but there's only 2 guys at first, and then 1 guy pops up at the end. It's a very deceptive section, this. So, that guy goes, come out of the bullet time, and there he is. That's the end of him. And then the only thing left to do now, folks, is to bounce over this next railing, and then put a bunch of bullets into this guy. And it's at this moment when I realise just how crazy this game is with what Max does. Why the hell would he ever do this? This is some serious, like, crank-level Mission Impossible lunacy. I love it. But feel free to spam the trigger. There's no repercussions at this moment. Sometimes you can push him all the way across the room. It all depends on the ragdolls. But that's the end of the 2nd level, guys. Or technically, that's the end of the 3rd level, sorry. Thank you for watching, and you take care now.